Hey guys, I guess it has been a few days since I've made any type of movie review. Well, anyways, as you saw from the title and thumbnail, I'm gonna be checking out the second Legally Blonde movie, Legally Blonde 2, Red, White, and Blonde. Oh, say, can you see? I'm sorry I couldn't resist. And sorry if the VHS cover of this movie looks like it's been taped up. It was already like this when I got it a couple of days ago. But aside from that, if you guys are like fans of any of the Legally Blonde movies or the live stage show of the same name, then I'm sure you must have heard about this sequel, Legally Blonde 2, Red, White, and Blonde at some point, if you're a fan of the franchise in general. But just in case you guys need some information on what this movie is all about, which I honestly don't blame you for knowing about this for the first time in the comments below, have no fear, because here is the description on the back of the VHS tape. Reese Witherspoon, which, first of all, what a great name, by the way, is back in Elle Wood's strappy shoes, and this time she's taking on Washington, D.C., featuring an all-star cast including Sally Field, Bob Newhart, and Luke Wilson, and this hilarious comedy is a hugely enjoyable sequel that will leave you lobbying for more. Well, based on what I know, I can obviously tell. When Elle, played by Witherspoon, discovers that her lovable Chihuahua Bruce's mom is locked in an animal testing facility, she heads to D.C. to fight for animal rights, gives Washington a makeover, and prove once and for all that America really is the land of free. And the home of the blonde, too. And there's even deleted scenes that didn't make it into the final cut of the movie. And sorry about the blurriness. Okay, I gotta admit, this is quite an interesting movie to watch for any Legally Blonde fans. Now, I know I haven't been there. Okay, before I continue on, I know that I haven't been talking about Legally Blonde that much on the channel since, well, I guess I'm just not the right target audience for it. But I have seen the live stage show on YouTube before. And in fact, funny enough, during my high school days, when I was in drama class, my class and I actually went to a field trip somewhere in Richmond, where they actually had like a Legally Blonde type live stage show in this theater. Which I'm guessing that's one way for me to know about the musical in general. And I think this was like, I think I was in the 9th grade. But anyways, I'm getting sidetracked here. This is actually a great sequel. An interesting plot with a beginning, middle, and end. It does. I do like the filming location of having this take place in Washington, D.C. And the casting is quite great, too. I guess some of the original cast members from the movie actually came back. Especially Reese Witherspoon as Elle Wood. Now, if I'm gonna be very honest with you guys, I honestly don't know much about Reese Witherspoon's acting career in general. Besides working on the first and second Legally Blonde movies, which I have seen clips of both movies on YouTube. She's like one of those actresses that I probably don't even keep track of. In fact, same with the rest of the cast members who were also featured in the description, like Sally Field, Bob Newhart, which I'm guessing he plays Emmett in the movie, and Luke Wilson as well. But I honestly think they do a good job with what they were giving. It is pretty interesting that this movie mostly takes place in Washington, D.C., which is a very fitting location for a Legally Blonde movie. Now, just like with the first movie, when she's trying to study Harvard and become a lawyer, in this movie, she ended up working for Congress. And I guess she did have a little bit of trouble fitting in at first, since she was like a fish out of water type person. Which I'm guessing the sequel sort of copy the plot of the first movie. But I guess there are some major differences in the movie, which makes sense to me. Like Elle Wood is trying to pass up a law about animal rights while trying to help her dog Bruiser be reunited with his mama dog, which is actually quite sweet of Elle to do that. Since I'm guessing Bruiser the dog was like family to Elle Wood, which is totally understandable because she really does care for her dog. And seeing her run for Congress and pass up a bill, Bruiser's bill to be exact, is quite interesting. And yes, I know that to all of you legally blonde fans, you guys might have already seen this movie at some point. And based on what I'm describing, I guess you guys sort of pointed out that it sort of rehashed the idea of the first movie. Which I guess this means Legally Blonde 2 is ironically stealing the plot from the first movie a little bit, but not completely. Okay, that might have been a bit of a stretch, but you know what I mean. You know what? I'm not gonna make a big deal about it. And I'm guessing Elle had to realize that running for Congress isn't always gonna be easy peasy lemon squeezy. I guess she had to get through this type of system in order for her to get this job. Which I don't blame her at all. Life is always stressful, even in Congress. She's even friends with this doorman who actually helps her out throughout most of the movie. I guess she found a new friend, and I guess he found a new friend too. Yeah, he does work at this hotel / apartment building that Elle is living now. And I also like how there are times when Elle was trying to plan her wedding with Emmett. Yeah. I guess the two of them still ended up falling in love after the events of the first movie, which I might get a chance to see at some point, unless I find a VHS and DVD copy of the movie at some point. And I'm glad that Emma was very supportive about Elle's career. And it's still wild that she went from being a lawyer in the first movie to running for Congress in the first movie, in this sequel, too. Hey, and I guess she still has to go through a lot of struggles along the way. Like some of the staff members who have to dismiss the bill, which is really devastating for Elle to know. Sometimes, and I guess even in Congress, life isn't always that easy peasy, lemon squeezy. And I'm glad that Elle was able to make some new friends along the way to help her make sure that Bruiser's bill gets passed on and becomes official. And yes, I know that was actually made up for the movie itself. In fact, I'm not even sure if the bill is actually real or not. So you guys might have to let me know down in the comments below if Bruiser's bill actually did end up becoming real after the movie was finished. And it's also interesting how this movie has its fair share of deleted scenes that probably didn't make it into the final cut of the movie. Like Elle trying to show off this new lotion product for pregnant women. Elle and her dog Bruiser was doing some kind of Rocky Balboa type exercise spoof. Which makes me wonder if Elle Wood and her dog sat through all 5 Rocky Balboa movies in a row. I mean, I know that might be a bit of a stretch in my opinion, but I'm just pointing that out because it is kind of funny how Elle Wood was doing her own type of Rocky Balboa exercise spoof montage, which I wish they did leave in the final cut of the movie. And there was even a deleted musical number called the Snap Bucket Song. And, well, the song technically was heard during the end credits of the movie, but it was like an actual deleted musical number. Which I'm sad it didn't make it to the final cut of the movie. And trust me, if you guys listen to that song, or at least picked up the soundtrack for this movie, it sort of has that church music type vibe. It kind of reminds me of the church scene from the Blues Brothers. It's a shame that these deleted scenes weren't in the final cut of the movie. I guess they had to cut it for time, and I guess they thought the movie was gonna be way too long, which I guess that's totally understandable. But I think the deleted scenes only lasted for I don't know, a few seconds, 50 seconds to probably 2 or 3 minutes or something. But it's no big deal at all. But deleted scenes aside, this is still a fun, interesting movie to watch, and I'm not sure if I'll be able to do a revisit edition review of this movie at some point because, well, it might take me a long time to find a DVD copy of Legally Blonde 2, Red, White, and Blonde. Although it would also take me a long time to find a DVD and VHS copy of the first movie. And you know what? I probably shouldn't make a big deal about it anyway. So thank you guys so much for checking out this review of Legally Blonde 2, Red, White, and Blonde. And man, that's quite a mouthful of a title if you know what I mean. And try saying that 5 times fast. And I'm not sure what the cast and crew behind the Legally Blonde movies are doing right now. I'm not sure if most of them are retired from acting or probably just still working on other movies and TV shows. Because it's like I mentioned a few minutes ago, I can't keep track of every famous person in Hollywood, including Reese Witherspoon herself. And I don't even know what other TV and movie projects she's doing right now. So you guys might want to let me know down in the comments below, because I could really use a lot of help right now. So I'll give this movie 5 American flags out of 5. And I can't wait to cover on Golden Pond tomorrow. Although I will have to look up some videos of this movie just to get an idea of what it's all about.